Peace in family, it's your brother from another motherland, Mr. Mikhail, the energy, and it's a rich rising. As always, it's Monday, and we want to talk about Ma'at. Family, so many of you may or may not know, but I study and teach the Metuneta, something known as the 11 laws of the spirit. Ma'at is the goal. The goal in life, from a spiritual game point of view, is to live in oneness with Ma'at. If I could describe Ma'at, Ma'at, imagine you had a canvas. Like if you have a canvas, and on that canvas, you can design, paint, decorate that canvas anyhow which way you want. One section of the canvas could have acrylic paint, watercolors on one section, crayons on another section. Some could have relief textiles on it. Another part of the canvas could be dark, eerie. Another part of the canvas could be rainbow, technicolor. Another part of the canvas, you know, can have different images. One could be painting a picture of heaven. The other could be painting a picture of hell, you know. But the one thing that brings all this together is the canvas itself. The canvas is that piece of material that stretches across all images. It's the thing that underlines every visual piece of art that's put on top of it. It's put on top of the canvas. The canvas is the material that allows every image to even exist. You follow me? Let me say that again. The canvas is the material that allows all images to even be presented. Now, as you look at life, and life looks like this beautiful picture, like art, like right now, I'm looking at trees, the skyline, the white clouds, the blue skyline, the green trees, the brown bricks, the black floor, the the road signage, the colors of the bin, the graffiti on the walls, etc., etc. I'm looking at all of these things. I'm looking at the people walking, the man over there, the woman over there, the child playing across the street, the fox running past. If you understand that all of it as art, as a creative expression of our creator, in order for our creator to create, our creator must have a canvas to create on. Our creator sits with a plethora of colors and color palettes and ideas in which they would like to express themselves, right? And then our creator creates a canvas, yes, in order to bring those creations to life and expression. That canvas is known as Ma'at. I hope you're following me. That canvas is known as Ma'at. It is the foundation between the creative idea, the creative idea, and the expression of that idea. That is the link, the gateway, the partition, if you will, between us as individual expressions and the creator who expresses them. So if you ever wanted to know your link to God, your not separation, but your experience of individuality happens through ma'at. And therefore your connection to the all-seeing, the all-knowing, the all-powerful aspect of God, your connection to that happens through ma'at also, through your realization of ma'at, through your observation of ma'at, through your practice of expressing and experiencing and observing. I'm looking for the correct word. Observation of the existence of ma'at. So being able to recognize that we are all on a canvas. Being able to recognize that specifically. That we are on a canvas that gives us the illusion of separateness. So that we can experience these unique expressions. But that canvas is connected to one source that allows us to come together. That observation through lifestyle, that lifestyle observation is what allows us to embody and take benefit and make use of the divine powers of our Creator intentionally. The powers are always there. The power is always there, just like the sun is always there. But until you're able to recognize the behavior of the sun, you're not able to utilize its energy. You see? And the scientists of yesteryear who did that gave us the beauty of society that we get to enjoy today, right? And so this is a spiritual technology. Observing ma'at is a spiritual technology, is accessing your own spiritual technology. Observing how you practically connect to your Creator is a part of upgrading your own spiritual technology. Because by doing so, you get access through alignment to your Creator's spiritual wisdom, spiritual awareness, spiritual power, and divine peace, most importantly. So, the game in life is to become a Martian. A Martian. The game in life is to become a Martian, not the aliens you see with the big eyes, you know what I'm saying? So, I've always noticed that, and I might put this up, right? I gotta go just now, family. I've got some one-on-one clients starting in about 10 minutes. But I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get back to this my art story. I've always looked at, you know how they depict Martians. They depict Martians with uh, these big-headed figures with this grey, palish, see-through kind of skin and these big, kind of all black bug eyes. So, have you ever looked at an embryo when it's forming about 10 weeks in, 13 weeks in? I can't remember how much. Might be wrong, but whatever. Yeah, I'll correct it on the screen. But about 10 weeks in, it looks like a Martian. It looks like a Martian, right? And yeah, side note, but that word Martian, I don't know where that came from. But when I say Martian, I'm talking about someone who becomes Ma'at, someone who's aware of, not only aware, but in practice of Ma'at and begins to embody the spirit of Ma'at in all that they do, which means to live a life in balance of pleasure and peace, and to seek truth in all the things that they do, to seek harmony above all things, put harmony before their own personal desires, put harmony before affecting anyone else negatively, before taking pleasure. You do it all in harmony. You allow all things to happen on the rhythm of God. This is what it means to be a Martian. And we exercise and study the spirit of Ma'at, who is a feminine Neteru, so that we can ensure that our life moves on that rhythm and we can benefit from it. The law of Ma'at says this: God needs you in order to come into existence. And fulfilling the need of God is the highest act of love. And only through your love for God can you fulfill your love for others. Become the love of God in the world for the protection of the world. That's Ma'at. And the idea is simple, family. God needs you. God needs you. God needs you. You've never heard that before. God needs you to come into the world. Just as I said before, you are the creation of the creator, but the creator must create a canvas, must have a canvas, which is Ma'at, in order to create. So in order to come into the world, God needs you to express itself in your creation. And so, as a free spirit, as a free-willed spirit, it is important that our focus and our energy goes on aligning with God's need in us. Why? You can do what you want. You can. But to have a beneficial life, one that is not only happy, healthy, and wealthy, but one that ensures you see success without conflict, without traumatizing your spirit. One that ensures that you are protected in your path, aligning with God's need in you does that. It forms the protection around you because you inherit the power of God. You inherit the wisdom of God just by aligning with God's purpose. And when I started moving my life on that accordance, I've lived in a heaven, a literal heaven ever since. And that's been close to a decade now. And I've dedicated my life to helping others do the same in their life. I've created a system for allowing people to recognize God's calling in their life. And then after they recognize, how to actualize God's calling through understanding their relationship with Ma'at and the powers that they have to express it. That's what I call the spiritual game. I'm going to leave you there, family. Yeah, hit me up for one-on-one guidance on your spiritual game, aligning with Ma'at in this year life. Peace in, love out.